Hello everyone, welcome back to Hawke's Bay, New Zealand on Heavy Metal Gaming. We're just going around and taking care of the... Whoops! You didn't see that. There's a little bit of a bug with the Lumberjack mod where it will turn it on even if you don't. Turn on super strength, that is. Anyway, as I was saying, we're just going around cleaning up after the animals and giving them water and whatnot. We'll actually be doing the cleaning specifically in a little bit because I'm going to run down down to the store and pick up some things that I purchased that will make that job quite a bit easier. But for now, the animals were getting pretty low on water, and so I thought I better take care of that before I head off to the shop. They also are going to need some straw, and that's one of the purchases down there is some straw. I'm sorry, a bale shredder for straw, so that we can get that taken care of. So we are going to cut right through here, hook on to our trailer, and head on over to the shop. Thought it'd be nice, might be nice to use an appropriate sized tractor for the trailer today, since I've been taking it on the small Massey Ferguson and on the Land Rover, and the Land Rover is kind of borderline, but the little Massey is definitely too small for this trailer. So I've been doing quite a lot of in-cab driving on this series, and I do quite enjoy it. I'm kind of preparing myself because I'm trying, if I can come up with enough material, to start a survival roleplay series. But writing storyline that's not cheesy is a lot harder than you might think. So I'm hoping to have the first episode out in October, but we'll see. Additionally, you may have noticed that the money has gone up quite a bit since you were last with me. That is because I did a lot of contracts. Oh boy, a lot of contracts. And while it made us some good money, I spent quite a lot of time doing it. I worked pretty much 24/7 game time with the time set on 1. I've been doing it for a few days now, and time's been set on 5 for most of it, but for the last little bit I've had it set to 1 so that I can get everything done and not progress game time too much before bringing you guys back. Now I'm not sure how we're going to get the bale shredder on, because it kind of attaches to a front end loader, and I don't have a front end loader here, just a telehandler. So we might have to get the little adapter for the telehandler, just in order to get it loaded up onto the trailer. I suppose I could have brought the small Oliver over here to do this job, but that's not really an appropriate tractor for this either. That's facing towards me, isn't it? Let's leave some room. So you can see there I've got 4 brooms. I don't know why I put one on the far side of the bale shredder, but that's alright. So this is our new DE551FL. It is a bale shredder with integrated bale spike. which will be a lot better than what I've been doing, which is stabbing them with front loader forks. So let's go ahead and go into tools and telehandlers and get the adapter. So from telehandler to front loader tool, that's the guy we need. Go ahead and buy that. And we will lower that right down. What do you mean unfold it? Well, that's an interesting one. I've never had it do that before, but apparently it didn't. Whoa, we're on the fence. Apparently it didn't like where I had the forks and wouldn't let me detach it. That's different. Alrighty. So we've got our adapter, which I will keep here at the store. So let's go ahead and get this guy attached. And we can spin right around here and get it on the trailer. It probably should be a little farther back just to be a little more balanced. Alrighty. That's wonderful. Get the telehandler out of the way again. And we'll stick the adapter back here. Alrighty. The brooms we can grab by hand. And these will make cleaning up after the animals so much easier. I did buy 4 because I could not remember if the chickens did spillage or not. I know they're a little different on this map than a lot of maps, so I wanted to make sure I covered my bases there. You do have to be careful with these, especially when moving forward. If you go too fast, you will fly like you're on a witch's broom. Um, if you're really careful doing it, you can actually get pretty high up in the map. But it's pretty inconvenient when you're trying to clean up the food. Alright, so go ahead and strap that. I hope that straps down. Those do. Maybe. Well, let's just hope that the straps actually hold it. We'll drive careful anyway. Yeah, that seems pretty stable. So we'll head back to the farm and get this offloaded. Take care of our animals and get on to the next job. Alright, here we are back at the farm. And comment that I had on Discord from someone is, why don't I sell the water tank that's in the corner of the yard by the house? Now, I'm not even sure if I can. I haven't looked, so let's do that. Okay. And yes, I can. However, that's not a great value for it. And I'm kind of role playing it a little bit as this is the reservoir that feeds all of the plumbing as a safety backup in case the pump is not running for any reason, such as a power outage or whatever else. There is another tank, I believe, inside the cattle barn uh, where that pipe goes into the wall. I believe when we looked at that before, that was what was in there. Now, this is a new purchase that I haven't showed you guys yet. Um, this tractor's not low on fuel, but it could use some. So let's take a little jaunt over to where I have had a fuel tank installed so that we can fuel up here at the farm instead of having to run all the way to the fuel station that's here on the map. And there we go. So we'll be making pretty good use of that. Since a lot of what we're going to be doing, especially at the start of this series, is here at the north end of the map where our farm is. We're not trying to run all over the entire map all the time, although that is what I did while I was doing all those contracts. So we'll go ahead and get our nice little front end loader here and get the bucket off of it. If you guys remember, that's actually how we were doing the straw before, is we were making it loose by cutting the bales apart, putting them in the bucket, and doing the straw that way. Actually, I should probably make sure there's none left in the silo before I start using the other bales, because I think there might be some left. Yes, there's quite a bit left actually. So we will continue to do it this way for the moment. And when that runs out, we'll have the bale shredder to shred those 2 bales that I just drove by. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this straw all sorted out, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I've taken care of the rest of the straw for the animals and gotten the bale shredder put into our shed over by the loading wagon and plow. It's actually quite heavy for our little Oliver tractor. And I did remember correctly that the chickens on this map do create mess. I know they don't on all maps, but on this one they definitely do. And so I've been putting my brooms out. I've gotten all of them out now, except for this one, which we are going to use right now. The nice thing about this broom is that it doesn't just delete the food, it is putting it back in their trough. So it's not wasted that way. And we'll just lean it against the wall here. So we'll keep an eye on that and use our brooms when we need to take care of things. And yes, there is that other water tank, but I'm not going to get rid of this one in the corner. Not by any stretch. It's just not worth it. And from a realism standpoint, a farmer who had this put in would not be getting rid of it. It's a great emergency water source, so there's just no way. Now, interestingly, and I didn't buy it, I really thought about it. A second one of these came up on Matty5's Classifieds mod. and it would have been great to have matching big tractors to get jobs done. But what we're doing on this map, we really don't need it. We don't have the field space for it either. So I decided not to purchase it. And interestingly, my trailer is open here. And let's see, close cover, yes. All right. Couldn't remember what button I had mapped to. I haven't used it in so long. So we'll put our big flatbed here away. I mentioned Discord in general earlier. I do have one for my Farming Simulator fans, so please stop by, join it, have a chat. Um, I would appreciate it if you know, don't constantly ping me with questions, but if you talk and I'm around and you have a question, I will happily answer you. And my friend Country Bumpkin, his channel, he doesn't have his own Discord. He just kind of hangs out in mine. He's a fellow YouTuber from Carolinas, and he's a pretty fun guy to hang out with and chat. He's definitely got that southern thing going on, and I don't remember why I came over here. Boy, I hate when I do that. So, yeah, you know, like I was saying, stop by. I've added the Discord link to the About page for my channel here. I know why I drove over there. On my other play where I was testing some things, that's where I was storing the tractors instead of here. I'm using a separate playthrough to create the auto drive network. That way it's not influenced by any placeables that I might put down. So that's the main reason why I have a second playthrough. But for now, I'm gonna just carry on, take care of the animals, get some time advanced, do anything that needs done as far as little jobs around the farm, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to take care of our fields some more, which should be soon. They should need some fertilizer soon, so I will see you then. Okay, not a whole lot of time has passed, and I'm bringing you guys back because there's been a development. I was looking at our fields, and we have quite a lot of weeds to take care of in the fields. So I was looking into getting us a sprayer, and it just so happened that I believe it was the Hardy. Anyway, one of the decent-sized towed sprayers with narrow tires was on sale under classifieds. So I went ahead and picked it up, but I don't have a trailer, or I mean a tractor rather, that can be configured for narrow tires. So I was looking at options for that, and right now we are taking the old little Massey here down, and sadly we're going to trade it in. There is a more modern small Massey Ferguson available under classifieds right now. And even with this trade-in, I'm not going to be able to afford it. I'm going to have to take out a loan, something I was trying to avoid, but we just need to be able to take care of what needs to be taken care of. So we're going to start by selling this little beauty. So we'll go ahead and we'll repair that and then get her sold. So that gives us 42,661. So we're going to need enough money to buy the other Massey Ferguson that's going to be replaced by and I don't even want to know what that sprayer is doing over there. That just looks a little funky. As well as buying some fertilizer. So let's go ahead, or not fertilizer, I'm sorry, herbicide. So let's go ahead and get the herbicide right now. We're going to skip right over that and get it from one of my favorite mods here. Did I miss it? No, it would be IBCs. Liquid tanks. So herbicide tank, and don't want it to be branded as such. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll do that. And I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of these. And we'll buy those. So that was a pittance. And let's have a quick look at how much the little mass heater is going to cost us. So we're going to go with a higher spec engine. Stick with Trelleborg. Do narrow tires. We're going to give this front loader attacher. And we're looking at 78,000. We only have just under 40. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a $60,000 loan because we want to have some money in reserve as well. So why don't I go do that right now? And we'll do escape here. Go to the finances. And take that $60,000 loan. And we're going to buy ourselves our new old tractor. So we'll get our narrow tires, our higher spec engine, used condition, and a front loader attacher. Yep. I don't think there's anything else we need to do with that. I wonder, can I get... Nope, no Michelins. I like Michelin tires, so that would have been nice. But here we go. So it's a pretty beefy sprayer. It's the Hardy Navigator 6000 for this tractor, but that's why I went with the higher spec engine on it, so that we can hopefully pull this with no issues. Alright. And we'll just go ahead and fill that up. And it's not just 1 or 2 of our fields, it's all 3. So we might have to come down here for another load of herbicide. I'm not going to go full because that would leave the IBC sitting here, and I don't really want to do that. But we're going to go ahead and get this up to our fields and get started on spraying. I'm probably going to put this on a worker because the fields actually were ready for fertilizer also. And so I will probably run the fertilizer spreader while this is on a worker. I'm going to see if I can use course play to do the fields and get our weed problem taken care of. You know, after all, we don't want to fertilize the weeds. We'll kill them first. just how big this is. Well, this is massive. Maybe never mind on the worker. I think this is going to do our whole field in one nice strip here. So that is if I can get centered. And you know what? It's good enough. If it doesn't get it all 100%, I'm all right with that. It'll be close enough. So let's just shoot right down the middle of the field here. Then we can come back up the other field, and we'll put her on a worker in the big field while we come over and fertilize these two. Yeah, this is taking no time at all. And that should get, by and large, the vast majority of our weeds. So we'll go ahead, shut it off, fold it up. I'm keeping it just partially unfolded. Whoops! Took out a stop sign. We're just gonna regret that mistake. I was trying to keep it partially folded out so that it didn't take as long, but I was just being greedy, I guess, for time. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's on times 1 again either. I had put it to times 5. So I'll carry on with this, and I'll see you guys back when I get started on the fertilizing. Okay, so instead of doing what I'd said, because I'm apparently way too tired to remember, I've only got one tractor with narrow tires, so I can't do 2 jobs at once. To be fair, it is 1:15 in the morning for me right now while I'm recording this, so definitely a little on the tired side. I did put in a full day's work today too. So our tractor, I forgot to repair it. I'm gonna chalk that one up to being really tired too. And now she needs a good bath, and then we'll give her some fuel. So she's worked hard, uh, gotten all 3 fields fertilized. You should have seen a nice montage of finishing up with the herbicide spraying and then doing the fertilization spreading there. Lose my voice. All right, nice and clean tractor. That should make my friend Maddie happy. Slide over here and give her some fuel. Oops. So let me know in the comments below, do you prefer the time lapses or the little montage? I'm curious. Myself, I think I personally, not from a recording standpoint, but from a watching standpoint, prefer the montage. It's something that I picked up from another YouTuber. He does it on his. Rather than doing time lapses, he does montages. He does time lapses as well, but so that he's not doing the same sort of thing all the time. He he mixes it up, and I kind of like that. But I prefer watching the montages over the time lapses. All right, so let's go get this tractor nice and clean as well. Should have done that before I put it away, but that's okay. We can take care of everything in the afternoon before we go in the house and have our supper. Top up the diesel, the tiny little amount that we had burned after I topped it up last time. Just because, once again, I'm tired. I need to finish up this video and go get some sleep, I think. Of course, I'll be getting up in the morning and editing it so that it can go out for you guys, because this episode is supposed to go out Saturday, and technically it is Saturday, 1:17 a.m., so I'm definitely running behind. Normally, rather than recording on a late Friday evening like this, I would be editing at this time, but I'm about 24 hours behind. I normally would have recorded this on Thursday evening. However, I was recording something else, which you guys will hopefully see a week from Sunday, if all goes according to plan. Alrighty. And the reason for that is it has, well, for one, I have to record a little bit more to it, but it's going to take a lot more editing effort because there's about 2.5, 3 hours worth of recording time on it, rather than this episode, for example, is going on about 35 minutes worth of recording time, which is on the short side for me. I normally, for one of these episodes, will do about an hour to an hour and a half of gameplay and end up with approximately a 30-some minute video after editing. But I've kind of done my editing while recording this time by pausing the recording while I'm doing things like the montages, rather than editing the montage in later by cutting pieces of the video out. I'm cutting them out while recording, just to make it easier on myself during the editing process. Quick scan of the farm. There's nothing else we are going to do tonight. I am still curious. I've only really had one response so far on the rabbits versus ducks versus goats question. What would you like to see? You can name any of them or any combination thereof, including all three. Uh, they probably won't be coming until the next game year, although one of the rabbit hutches, I think the only one I currently have installed, is actually just I think it's under miscellaneous even. Yep, right there. It's just a placeable that makes you money. You don't really have to do anything. Um, so that's not really what I'm looking for. Um, hmm, Forgot I had all this stuff installed, including that nice pressure washer there. But anywho, I'm going to call it here for the evening. Uh, no, I'm not. Forgot the shout out for this video. So this episode shout out is actually going to go to Scroft, the gentleman that I was just talking about, who does the mix of time lapses and montages. He has a very fun series on the Bessie Beneath map that I'm enjoying quite a bit, and he also has a very fun survival series on a map called Dabnica, which I am enjoying that one quite a lot as well. So thanks, Scroft, for the inspiration, and I'm going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.